All right. This is why did Germany declare war on America during World War II? Bachao, history matters. Now, with whatever limited knowledge of World War II I have, there are many factors as far as I can remember. I think the biggest issue there was that U-boats were like kind of like hitting American ships, right? Cargo ships, even the passenger ships and things like that sank few of them, and like it's a weird dynamic as far as I remember. That America was like partner to like a Britain and like a lot of European countries that were war against Germany, so they were doing business as usual, and Germany was attacking like European countries like that. So obviously America is going to get hit as well, right? Collateral damage is going to be there. I'm pretty sure like America then like just say like anything that just threaten us, threaten our ships and things, just shoot them down, implying that shoot down German U-boats and things like that. And obviously like Japan and USA, friction there. So yeah, it was inevitable. I think Hitler knew that it was inevitable that America. So Hitler's mentality of blitzkrieg, basically just doing it fast and quickly type of mentality, he just used that, like just declare war on America before America does. I'm pretty sure that was the case, but I guess we'll see it here. Let's do it.
Attacked Pearl Harbor in 1941, the US declared war, thereby dragging them into World War II, but only in the Pacific theater. Yet, 4 days after this, Germany declared war on the United States, when it didn't have to, thereby bringing the United States into the European theater and thus making things considerably harder for Germany as a result. Which raises the question, why? Why did Germany declare war on the United States when it could have just let it deal with Japan? So to begin, not everyone in Germany wanted to declare war against the United States. Joachim von Ribbentrop, Germany's foreign minister, recommended against doing so. The defensive pact between the two nations only required Germany to join the war in the event of Japan being the victim of aggression. His belief was that without an excuse to fight in Europe, the Americans would focus on Japan, and thus stop sending supplies to Britain and the USSR in order to use them in the Pacific. So the first reason...
That is so true, though. I mean, that was the whole point of like partnership with Japan from Germany, right? So why would they like basically it makes sense to like focus America towards Japan Pacific, so they can focus on Europe. So yeah, I don't know. I think it could be like a bravado or something. Hitler just thought like, oh, I could do this type of shit. I don't know. It could be one of those things.
Why German leaders, specifically one German leader, made the declaration of war was that he saw America fighting in Europe as inevitable. The US was already supplying Germany's enemies at this point, and Washington's plans for war in Europe had been leaked shortly before this. As such, it was decided that better to be the one to declare war and maintain the initiative than wait for the Americans to pick their moment. The second reason was the hope that Japan would reciprocate.
Yeah, see, that's the thing. We see similarity today with the Russia-Ukraine thing. America's supplying and helping Ukraine, so is European countries. So Russia could basically see this precedent and like declare war on countries who's supporting Ukraine, thinking like it's inevitable type of way. I don't know. Like people can make any kind of like like point why we declared war. So yeah, that could happen. But then again, like in the end of the day, like can you win the war if you declare war against somebody? It's just like, is Russia in the state of declaring war against anyone else? But then again, Russia has nukes, so I don't know. Its dynamics very different today.
Japan was facing an incredibly powerful enemy, and so Germany's and I guess also Italy's help would prove valuable in dividing America's attention. As a result, Berlin expected that Japan would pay them back by declaring war on the USSR. The problem with this was that the Japanese had no interest in fighting the Soviets. Reason 3 was that German leaders believed that declaring war on the United States would force Europe's neutral nations into picking a side. Countries like Turkey, Sweden and Spain traded with the United States, and a war with Germany meant that their trade may decline. The hope being that these countries would then turn to Germany and its allies for any needs from there, and from there they could be coerced into joining the war. This wasn't exactly a logical plan, but this was due to reason number 4. The Germans thought they were about to win. From the war's beginning, Germany was...
See, like I said, it was all bravado in the end, because I'm pretty sure Hitler did a lot of things before war started with the resources and how many things he took, how he looted his own people with the promise of Volkswagen, and just like use that money rather than giving them Beetle. He just used that to create tanks and things. Took a lot of money, resources from everybody else. Basically, he did something that like without a safety net. He didn't have a safety net. If he didn't win, Germany was kind of screwed type of thing. But that was never his point, right? His point was, oh, of course I'm going to win. Why wouldn't I win? Type of way. So it was always bravado, like, yeah, just like with Germany, come on, of course we're going to be fine type of way. I don't know where that came from. Because by the point that they declared war against America, they were already kind of like facing issues with the resources and things. But I don't know.
Was on a bit of a winning streak, and since the invasion of the USSR earlier that year, the German army had advanced all the way to here. It was assumed that the Soviet Union was a mere few months from complete collapse, at which point those troops could be moved to reinforce the West from any US invasion. And, in case you're wondering, the Italians also declared war on the US because they didn't want to upset the Germans. As you'll know, this decision was not the best, since Roosevelt believed that defeating Germany was the priority, which of course meant bad news for them. I hope you enjoyed this episode with a special thanks to my patrons, James Bizanet, Kelly Moneymaker, Sky Chappelle, Kotoitska,
Yeah. Italy thing, I mean, yeah, they're just like mimicking Hitler at that point. I might as well do it. I don't know. This is weird dynamic. See, World War II is so interesting, and every geopolitics, every dynamics are working. The more you learn about it, is more like, oh my god, how intense, how complex this can get, and how intense it can get. But yeah, the whole thing is like, I sometimes wonder, like, like technology is getting better and better. Like we're discovering more and more things. Is there a possibility we might discover more and more details than we already know about World War II? Because the things are unraveling all the time. Like we find things all the time. So I don't know. But yeah, World War II, like whole dynamic is insane. Yeah, every country, how they were thinking, how like wars were happening. Oh, if America joins, this is gonna happen, that's gonna happen. Yeah, how a butterfly effect could have changed a lot of things. Like imagine like what could have, like simplistic thing we could have changed that would have changed the outcome in the end for the worse or something. I don't know. Or maybe outcome would have been the same but not as fucked up. Like Germany would have lost very early. That's the basis of, like, what is the alternate history hub or something. I'm pretty sure like they made a video about that. But yeah, but there you go. That was why did Germany declare war on America during World War II? Bravado, the inevitability. I think that was one of the things. Even though that was short-sighted, they could have like pitted America against Japan. And yeah, the supplying thing. But then again, like if they're attacking Japan, they're not going to supply Europe, are they? So I don't know. Short-sighted. I guess that was the issue. This was History Matters. If you like my content, subscribe, and I'll see you next time.